Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're playing Bumble Rumble. It's turn 44. So, we are continuing our attack on Yis. And if you recall, we have done some sneaky things, and now we are, trying to take some of Yis's land. And we also had staged, importantly, our Foul Vapor's Mage killing attempt on Pelagia's fortress. So I think we'll start with that. We'll come back and look at the side switching stuff in a minute. Okay, so here's basically the deal. We've got a few people in the back that are going to spam out water elementals. We've got, I think we're going to cast Shark Attack too. And we've got enough dudes here where we should be able to handle any School of Sharks shenanigans that come in here. We're casting Poison Ward 2, which should protect these guys. And hopefully these guys live. Like, everybody back here. These guys are gonna die. They are on the front line, so to speak. And so we're not even gonna waste Poison Ward on them. The problem if I put them back here is if it could bring some of the Poison Ward casting off my mages, who I definitely want to keep. Because it's not a terribly big area of effect. On his side, he's got his Monolith, who's got about 15 gems. No, more, that's probably 5, so that's 10, 8, about 18 gems on him. And then I think these guys are in a communion, but I don't think they have any gems on them. You know, I'd love to steal one of these. Pearl Cultivator is so cool. It would be awesome for me. It would be, like, overpoweredly good for me. I wonder if I could potentially get some of them. Like, just, I don't know how I would do it. I'd have to, like, get all my cap-only mages, storm one of his forts, and then, like, mass enslave. No, it wouldn't be worth it. I'd have to do it with Charm, because it's not worth... Like, just to get Pearl Cultivator, it's not worth doing Divine Name, which is what you'd have to do with mass enslave. But Pearl Cultivator is so good. For those of you who don't know, basically you can use a mage turn to convert water gems into pearls. And basically if you're a big water powerhouse, you can turn into a big astral powerhouse. And I would love to do that. Like, my Pretender God is like specifically made for that. And I kind of want to play a nation where that's possible. Because I do love me some astral magic. So anyway, no gems really on these guys. They're just gonna spam evocations or whatever they're gonna do. Soul Slays. All the gems are on his god, which means he's less vulnerable to all the gem baiting I've been doing. But it also means that he's not going to be able to get out enough stuff quickly enough compared to me, which is what I was banking on. So he can send out... He's got 2 elementals out, I've got 4. I've got Foul Vapors up and Poison Ward. Let's see if Poison Ward worked. So we've got 10 poison resistance. Here, yeah, everybody seems to have gotten poison resistance. Certainly on my mages did. So we're looking good here. And I'll do colored square since it's going to be water elemental battles here. Okay, so he's got 3. Now, his mage support is going to be spamming things like Frozen Heart and stuff, which is going to work against water elementals. They do not have cold resistance. Pick up the speed a little. Now, coming and looking back here, we can see his guys are getting poisoned. And they're getting hit by some School of Sharks. Or, by the Shark Attack Sharks. Now, they're cranking out Swarm now. And that is going to go after my Sharks as well. So the Sharks are kind of going to distract some of the Swarm. Meanwhile, my Water Elementals, we've killed all of his. But they're getting kind of distracted by the guys up here on the wall. And as they struggle to kind of kill them, and like, there's some logistics problems here, like we've got, I think... Yeah, like, these sharks are paralyzed on the ramp, so I don't know how we're gonna get up there and zap these guys with dead sharks. Or paralyzed sharks. Okay, we can see we've killed almost all his mages, though, so the Communion is mostly dead. Got a shark. Poison got him. This guy does not appear to be getting killed, and I don't know why. Okay, this shark runs forward. And you can see, though, we have... So he's doing Charm Animal, so he's stealing some of my sharks, which is kind of funny. But we've really got the numbers on him. So he is not going to be able to keep up with our spam amount. Now, on our side, we are not... Okay, our Foul Vapors is now over. The party's over. We didn't want it to stay on for forever, because we were worried that eventually... Like, you can see this... Somebody here already got... We've got a little bit of poison. So, I think it was a good call. Like, we've gotten afflictions from it, actually. It was a good call to not have that person stay. We retreated the Foul Vapors caster off after kind of a long while, long enough to kill almost all his mages. And what that will mean is that the poison, you can see the little green dot here that means he's poisoned, that will expire and then he'll be okay. But if we kept it on, we would keep getting the occasional tick, and I probably would have lost some of these people, because... Okay, this is now gone. It was you, right? Yeah, so we're down all the way... Private Plumpkit is down to like 8 HP, from a base of 22. Okay, now he is casting Fist of Iron, which is a pretty strong spell. Charm Animal. He also has Breath of Winter, which is unfortunate for me, because it's going to freeze my water elementals. Like, these guys are going to get all... Like, this guy's fatigued out already. So, my water elemental plan to kill him actually is getting thwarted by, of all things, a very high protection and body ethereal, which would always be good against them, but we're not even damaging him at all, because these guys are getting fatigued out. This guy's at 200 fatigue. So now he just has a wall of water elementals. Shatter, Fists of Iron. So we'll go look at the Fist of Iron spell. I kind of know how it works, but I'm not 100% sure. But let's take a look at that spell real quick. I think it's an alteration. And it's going to be... What level was he? Okay, so he was Earth 6. So it's going to be... an additional 5 damage. So it's going to be 21 damage plus DRN, and it's just normal blunt magical damage. Strength of Caster added? What the fuck? How strong is a monolith? Huh? Holy shit. 24? Strength of Caster added. I had no idea about this. And then effect number 1+, so it's going to be like 5 effects. Holy shit, that's scary. Well, that's going to tell us some things that we're going to need to know. Whew, okay. We'll talk about what we're going to do, but that's scary, and I don't know I fully appreciated that. Okay, now we'll go through the things in the normal order. Voice of Tiamat. Okay, didn't find any sites. We see Tianchi fighting off some Lanka PD. He's got these knights, which... I can't remember what his bless is. Let's find out. I think it's a rainbow bless. Yeah. Magic weapons, attack skill, shock resistance, poison resistance, defense skill, magic resistance. Yeah. Okay. And then... battle here. Oh, wait, that was us. we attack Pelagia, or Pangea, inside his fort. Okay, so we do Phoenix Power. I'll have to fire 3. I'm gonna crap out 2 elementals. There's nothing here, though. Okay, I think we got hit by an arrow. Yeah. Okay, so we're running before we crap out our second one. But our other guy is going to buff up and run in. Now, the nice thing about the fire elemental is he doesn't really care about the walls. And come back! Okay. We're not gonna hurt you. Do we do the battle here? Okay, yeah, let's watch this. So, I was thinking there's this choke point that was kind of logical for me to attack. And I was worried he was going to put up counter raiders, like people to kill my thugs. But what he might not be expecting is that I'm going to have 3 of them here. Aha! But alas, there's just a little bit of PD here. But these guys are pretty scary. Like, if you look at them, 31 protection, body ethereal, astral shield, pretty high MR. I mean, we could buff them up even more, but this is pretty good. Decent base defense. I think my scariest guy is probably this one, actually. How much reinvigoration does he have? Did we quicken him? No, he's not quickened. Why? He should be quickened, right? Because he's more than fatigue neutral. Yeah, he is not quickened, but he should be. Okay, we'll make sure we adjust that. Quickness can be pretty damn important when fighting Yes. I also should think about, like, stone birds and that kind of thing. Monster's been stirred. What kind of monster? A sea serpent. Okay, we killed them. Nice, we got 10 PD. Sweet. And so that's it. So we are building a rock wall here. We've got 2 months left, so I don't think there's going to be really any way that Yes is going to be able to rob this from us. But you never know, those sneaky sea elves. Now, let's see. Let's talk about Pelagia first. So, these guys are continuing to get more and more, which is a little scary. He has kind of a lot. I think we actually need to stay here and just do a Foul Vapors trap. I was gonna move back up. I can't remember what I was gonna move up for. Oh, I remember. The guy the monolith had... Do I have another Boots of Quickness? I don't. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. The monolith had... whatchamacallit? The poison, moss body? Problem with Axe of Hate is it gives me a poison weakness. So... I need... I think what we're going to do... This is what we're going to do. We're going to do Foul Vapor Traps here and here. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Do Foul Vapor Traps. I can only cast it once. I think this will keep fatiguing me out, though, right? Because this will... Yeah, this will get me at 100 fatigue, and then each of these spells is going to fatigue me out. So I think we'll do something like this, and then, like, Ice Shield, and then we'll have him retreat. This will probably kill most of mages, and it gives me a decent chance of getting my mage out. Just do the same thing here. Copy this to some arbitrary thing here. 6. 6. But no, you have more gems, so actually we're going to do something different. We're going to do... For you... We'll do Poison Ward. And then we'll do Foul Vapors. And then... we'll do Personal Regeneration. Retreat, but so I think that would be enough. I don't think they're going to attack here, but at some point they're going to come and try to break their monolith out. That's almost certainly what's going to happen. The only kind of issue here, and I could teleport it up. I think that's what we're going to do. And if we're going to teleport, I don't need Boots of Quickness. I can do instead something like this. So this is the kit we have. This is going to be, I think, pretty efficient monolith killing kit. He's going to be quickened. He's going to do fatigue and disease. We can potentially get him body ethereal where he'll run through the back line and kill the back and then come back and kill the monolith. So he'll be on attack rear. We're going to have a fluffer for him to get body ethereal so he runs through the wall. He's going to come in and hopefully chop this guy down with this fatigue, which will knock him out so he won't kill me with Fist of Iron, hopefully. And then this will hopefully keep him unconscious while this will kill him. And hopefully it will only take a couple hits. Now, we're also going to need to stack up things like Twist Fate and Luck and Body Ethereal. Body Ethereal is not going to work on Fist of Iron, though. It's magic. But we're going to do whatever we can to kind of buff this guy up. Oh, he can still go there with Boots of the Messenger. Okay, perfect. Now, we should give him Hydra Skin armor. The reason is it's got poison resistance. 15, which is a lot. So I'm kind of thinking we give that to him, and then maybe we give him also the little headdress, which is going to give him luck. That'll be one less thing I have to worry about fluffing on him. Another option is I could do... Do I have one in my inventory? Or is that a different game? I think that's a different game. I can't... I looked it up recently. What are all the things that give you poison resistance? Thing is, poison... There's not many things that give you a ton. Like, the snake ring will do it. So I could just put that on him, but it's really for a kind of corner case that he has moss body. And Regen's going to go a long way to deal with poison damage, too. Especially from that. So maybe we don't freak out about the poison stuff. I think it's just going to be Water Elemental spam, run this guy through a fluffing cycle, and then send him in. I think he's actually kind of ready to go. And I'm going to have Foul Vapors traps in both of these provinces, which should be fine. This guy doesn't have a hat. Is that okay? Is there any hat-like thing that he is going to need? Oh man, I was talking with the Yes player, and we were talking about politics, actually, which was kind of funny. But he commented that I've used some of the items he forged me. I forgot that Yes was the one that forged me the Amulet of the Fish. Now, by the time this goes up, some of you no doubt have noticed the cold-blooded nature of me teleporting on top of his army with the Amulet of the Fish he forged me. But it had escaped me at the time. I'd kind of had it for a while and not used it, and then I was like, oh, opportunity. But I mean, I paid for it. Yeah. I feel like a dick. Honestly, I would feel way better if I just empowered it and made it myself. I kind of want to like give it back to him, make it myself out of some kind of penitence. But anyway, I do feel bad. I mean, I think that's going to be maybe that's a policy. I'm going to have to take. We're going to have to. Okay, he is not going to go attack Yes again until we can make, or by somebody else, get another Amulet of the Fish. Like, this one we can keep and use for if, like, we need it again. But we need to get one more Amulet of the Fish before we can use it on Yes. And I know, like, the dirty deed has already been done and we can't undo it, but, yeah. I can't take it off now because we're on land. We suffocate. But we're going to go back in the water, we're going to take it off, we're going to figure out how we're going to get it ourselves. Now, it's possible we could also do a round of empowering. Like, I think I do want to have this guy empowered in air so he can do Rain of Stones. He can also do Flying Shield, which is really good. He can also do Mist Form, which can be situationally really good. If I give him an air gem. And then I could also empower him in water, which in other circumstances could be really good. You know, he can do Quicken Self, which turns his attacks... Not only is he going to get 2 additional attack, but he's going to do all of them twice, which means things like killing... It's the best thing for killing horrors, really, just to Quicken Self. So, that's an option. Empower in water, empower in air, and then forge my own Amulet of the Fish. I think that's going to go on the agenda. For the time being. We had forged last turn, and I think I mentioned this, the Ring of Sorcery, right? So this gives Sorcery +1, Penetration +1. So we can use this in a pinch to do... whatchamacallit? Mind Hunting. But we are using this to forge a... And actually, I think I have another hammer sitting around somewhere. Use that, save some gems. We're going to use it to forge a Ring of Wizardry, which is the one with 2 little stones in the front. And this gives you not just Sorcery +1, but Magic +1, so that's all my paths. So 80 pearls, so we have burnt through our enormous pearl bank very, very quickly. And so we had like 180, we're down to 26, because we've made both these. Now, you could say, why don't we only make the Ring of Wizardry? And a lot of times, if you have access and you can skip the Ring of Sorcery, you want to skip it and just make the Ring of Wizardry. In our case, we really want to be able to climb Nature and Death pretty high, and this is going to allow us to do it. So, our Nature 2, like this one, she can do Thistle Mace, Ring of Sorcery, Ring of Wizardry, and that is going to get us up to Nature 5. So we can, for example, with our huge Nature income, we can steal Mother Oak. Yeah. And one thing that's interesting, too, that I will actually note, so I was thinking about it, this global enchantment here with Forge of the Ancients is kind of cool, because it's going to give... Oh, wait, no, I was thinking this one might have also... It's Riches from Beneath I was thinking of. Okay, so I guess he's just going to have mass thugs. And Yis's thugs are going to be better than mine. For the most part. I mean, as a chassis, Yis has better thug chassis than I do. But I'm trickier. Well, that's not actually true, because I can't even see him. He's like Lambert. So, we'll talk about this situation real quick. Then we'll go back up to Pelagia. So, we see 4 druids. Okay, when you see this and you're fighting Yis, 4 druids, what this means is there's a big freaking Movark squad right here that is about to come plow into you. That's what 4 druids means. Nobody puts 4 druids in an army, and what it means is they're there to bless, because they're the cheapest blessers that Yis has. Let's do a fact check. Yeah, they can use these cap-only mages to bless, right? Which are expensive. They can use these Carnua Druids, which are 165. They're really, really good mages, but they're on land. Or they can use these guys, which are kind of ubiquitous. They can get from all their underwater forts. These are underwater druids that are for the purpose of blessing Movark Knights. So there is like a... Okay, there's two moves he could make. Move 1 is he takes these Movarks and he attacks me here. If he attacks me here... Well... He's gonna take it. And I'll probably have to move these guys off. And then I'll go kill them with my god. If I have... This is so hard. I really needed that amulet in the fish. Yeah. Okay, god is going in the water. We're going to be doing a water and air power. Is there another option for empowering? I mean, what are the air crosspaths that are important? I mean, just having this will allow me to potentially fog warriors with my god, too. Because having Astral, he can jump into a communion, which is something I can do for an important army. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think this is who I want to have air on. The only problem is I'm going to have to empower water. Water, earth, not a great cross path. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be wasteful of water gems. But what can I say? I've got a 25 water gem income. It's only 2 turns. I think we're going to do it. We're not gonna sweat it. This is for ethics. Taking the high road. After we have... Or we're not taking the high road, guys. We're climbing out of the gutter. That's what we're doing. Let's not fool ourselves. Okay, so... Move 1 is he moves here. And he's gonna do that so that he can kick me off his fort, because this turn I'm gonna pop his fort. Now, a Jedi move for me could be like... No. We could theoretically crank up the PD here, but I do not want my units fighting his. Like, if this is 20 Movark Knights, I don't even want to know what they look like with these. Like, I am not ready to fight these guys yet. Now, when I get Falling Frost, I can fight them, but we're a few turns away. 1 turn away. Oh, hello. Well, let's... Damn it, let's... We're not... We're gonna get Falling Frostcasters up there. Hold on to your butts. Falling Frostcaster coming. Okay, so casting Falling Frost efficiently. We need this, because those are good. We need... I think I have... Let's keep our things organized. Okay, so Falling Frostcasters, we're gonna do a bracelet. They also... What are we gonna be able to do with high water that we have? Anything that needs a water gem? Fire resistance would be not bad at all. I think that's worth carrying a water lens. Plus, water lens is going to increase my spell range. 25%. Which is nice. Okay, so we're going to make a water lens too. For boots, we are going to want Boots of the Messenger, if we can afford it. We are going to have Falling Frost super freaking soon. Can this guy get up here in that? What's the fastest way to get over here? No! But there's no lab here. If he takes this and I go here with this many guys, if I have Falling Frost, I think I can kill him. You know, fuck the booster. Okay, well, let's see what the movement... How much movement do I have? I have 28. Alright. It's 27. We can get there from my cap, guys. We can get there from my cap. It's only 20 to my cap. What's the movement range? 16? It means if I put Boots of the Messenger on him, they can get there. Where is the spare Boots of the Messenger? Okay, these thugs are just hanging out over there. This guy, not in a lab. He's on top of Pangea. Possible that a thug in here has it. He does! Oh, but he was coming out here and he can't make it now. Shit. Let's see, is there anybody else? Okay, we've got another guy getting ready over here. Trying to think what we should do. Enslaved Mind 6. I would not mind having an Enslaved Mind spammer. It just having one of those in an army, you're just going to get goodies from it. You never know what it's going to be. Okay, so here's the thing. We're moving this guy here. He's going to have the Boots of Quickness. He's going to get kitted out with a water bracer, or bracelet, and a water lens. And from there, he is going to go all the way down here with Boots of Haste. Now, he's not going to have much other gear. I really would like to have Rainbow Armor. Rainbow Armor gives you Reinvigoration and Magic Resistance. But you need Nature. Shit. Which, you need Nature Air. It's almost like I want to do the air empowering on like a Earth random Jade Amazon. Which I haven't... I've been getting lucky with the Nature 2s, but I haven't really gotten an Earth one yet, I don't think. Nature 2... Yeah, I don't have any Earth ones. I'm looking at this column over here. So... Okay. We have decisions to make about all that, but I would at some point like to make Rainbow Armor. So he can come in and then Falling Frost these guys, and I will know, because they will potentially kill this next turn, whether it makes sense to reinforce these guys or to pull them out. We're also teleporting a thug in there this turn. It is going to be Homeslice McGee, who, looking at it, is going to hit like a freight train. But if this is Movarks, this actually is not a very good kit for Movarks. I think we'll go with the standard kit. I mean, this is going to be a pretty decent kit against me. We're not fatigue neutral, though. I need more Boots of the Messenger. Shit. It's like one of the best items in the game, by the way, guys. I think we're going to Pearl it, too. This way we'll be able to hit Movark. So, Home Slice is teleporting in. The idea is I'm probably going to send him in to storm the castle. With the bottle of living water and then him going through a buff script, there's a lot of stuff they're going to be able to kill. Now, we don't know what's inside there, but I've got an idea. I think it's just like archers. We don't have Ring of Regeneration. Maybe that's what we need instead of this. This chest, this build has major issues. We're not fatigued knit. We have no reinvigoration. It's like, what are we trying to do? Trying to storm a fort and kill like a little bit of stuff. First, if we're fighting Movarks, what do we need? We need attack skill. Chip damage is kind of important. Fire resistance is nice. Probably okay. Okay, so he's coming in here. This is not an ideal. Really, the boots are the problem. We need Boots of the Messenger. Do I have any nature mages not doing it? I do. Get to work. Okay. That's one move. He can move this way. The other thing he can do is he can come here. Now, if he moves his big Movark stack up this way, we've got a big surprise waiting for him. These three guys are not going to move off and continue raiding. Right? No, we took this for a reason. And the reason we took it is so that we could dump a shit ton of PD in here, which is archers, which can pierce glamour. I think. And then we've got a fair amount of shit, which is going to hopefully die slowly, rather than die immediately or quickly. I think what we want to do too, and we've had these guys out here, I think we're going to go slide down this way, and I've been thinking about it. I think attack rear is probably the way to go. Because I think we'll be able to get... Maybe these guys are going to be attack closest? Yeah. And this guy, who's the only one who's fatigue neutral enough to get... No, this guy should be fatigue neutral enough, isn't he? Oh, but his encumbrance is really high. We'll be safe. He's going to attack closest. He's going to attack cavalry. These guys are going after Movarks. This guy is going to go snipe the back line. So he's going to do a quicken self and then jump in. Now, these are my two earth ones. This one's doing Iron Warriors. This one's doing Temper Flesh and Self-Resist Lightning. Okay, I've totally messed up this script. He should be doing... Y. Okay, he should be doing... Legions of Steel. There we go. And that should get everybody covered. Now I'm doing resist... Do I need resist lightning? He probably has one or two thugs in that group. So we'll do resist lightning. It's only going to get rid of our our shock weakness. It's not going to protect us from it if they're casting it, but it should keep us from like immediately dying. I think we're going to move a little farther forward because we've got a long buff cycle. PD is going to be like right here. position a little farther. I want to be like a little behind PD because I don't. The job of PD is to soak up the charge. I think we kill everything. This is where I think he's gonna go. He's probably more worried about protecting Pangaea's capital than he is about protecting the throne, if I had to guess. We're moving these people who stormed to this form up to move to up here where they can storm Pangaea's capital. And then we're going to come over here and take this. I don't think this is going to be... I don't think there's going to be units here, but there could be. We're sending him in. He got fear from his heroic trait, which is kind of cool. What else do we get? Enormous strength. Okay. So that's that. I do want to kill this. I love killing naked temples, guys. I mean... I want to, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to get one more win before I go take that. So hopefully he attacks me here, and hopefully we're successful. The thing is, the problem when you're on the defense... So the good thing about being on the defense is you get to use PD. The bad thing about being on the defense is you don't really know what anybody is bringing to fight you with. You just have to accept what's coming. These guys, they can be astral. Because if we look at this Merc group, I've got 2 months on them. Possible... Severely damaged, more time is required. Yeah, we're gonna need to keep everybody here on top. But I was thinking about magic dueling with him, which would be kind of funny. Just go ahead and script it up and make sure he's not in the same spot as anyone else. Okay. So that is what's going on over here. And hopefully this PD dump will work. But it might not. I mean, we've really poked the bear here, in that we don't have a lot of the things we're gonna need online yet. Now, I mean, I'm gonna have Falling Frost. I could just leave them unscripted in the middle of a big blob of things, and they will spam out. The AI is pretty good about casting Falling Frost. Do I have any Water 4s? I don't. So if you're a Water 3, Falling Frost is okay. Right? 20 fatigue, 5 area of effect, fair amount of damage. If you're Water 5, it gets way, way better, though. I don't have any of them. They're all back here. We're making more Coral Queens? Okay. Look, guys. Enough is enough. We're gonna go back to making mages. So, anyway, that's the plan down here. Basically, yeah, we've got a Thug teleporting in to take this. If he takes this province with Movarks, then we're gonna give up we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. We can Falling Frost in here with one of our guys that's going to be moving in, or we're also going to have a Thug available. So we can choose to defend it or not, depending on how scary it is. If he comes here, we are risking life and limb of a lot of our Thugs, hoping that we can kill whoever he sends in to fight us. Do we all have at least some fire resistance? No. Most of us do. I'll tell you what I'm thinking about right now. I'm worried that this script is too long and my PD is going to be dead before we run in there. It's also going to leave us kind of high fatigue. I think the better script is actually shorter. And I think we just run in and we kill him. We don't even worry about this shit. And, like, let's be honest, if it's Movark Knights, almost all their shit is not ethereal. I don't really care about it. Legions of Steel is nice, though. If it's Movarks, we do care a lot about killiness. Quicken Self's going to go a long way. It's going to give it that plus attack is going to matter a whole lot. And then attacking twice is going to matter a whole lot. Okay. Actually, you know what? The more I think about it, though, the more I'm thinking, like, the PD's all gonna die, and now we're back to long scripts again. But maybe Breath of Winter is the way to go here instead of... Breath of Winter could totally be the difference between, like, these guys living and dying. We'll be pretty resistant. The other thing, too, is the Movarks, that lance charge at the beginning is a big deal. Like, especially when you're trying to thug against them. So having 3 guys to soak up all the damage, most of them with some kind of regen, and having the lance charges already gone, I think we have a pretty good shot at holding this, actually. Is this guy fatigue neutral? Encumbrance 7. But with 3 plus 4, he'll be barely fatigue neutral. So getting an additional... It's probably fine. It's a little high for fatigue. This is kind of the biggest culprit. That's 40. I don't know if this is worth it in this case. If there's Movarks there, do I want it or not? I think that's the real question. It's gonna be like 3 additional protection, probably. Just with kind of the diminishing returns. Or maybe it's more, because I think my normal armor is going to be higher than Iron Skin by a little bit. We have regen. It's okay. I think we're going to skip Legions of Steel for this guy, and then just do Breath of Winter, and then attack. This will be a lighter fatigue load. Didn't I get rid of, like, everybody casting? Yeah. See, the thing is, here, I'm more worried about this one guy surviving. Here, I'm more worried about killing 20 Movarks before they kill me. I don't think there's going to be 20 Movarks here. I don't know. We're doing this a little bit by intuition, guys. So that is this. For Forging the Ring of Wizardry. We are getting loaded all back up for another siege here. I mean, for another cap storming. We've got Home Slice coming in. We'll go ahead and kind of like prearrange his script a little bit. He is going to be doing Summon Earth Power. Then he's going to do... let's see if this guy had Frost Resistance. I think he did. Okay, he does. So, we are going to be doing Summon Earth Power. Then Earth Might. Then Quicken Self. Then Liquid Temper Flesh. I'll probably have somebody else cast Iron Skin. I need to make sure I get the buffs that only I can cast on me first. Ice Shield. Earth Might somebody else can cast. Quicken somebody else could cast. It's gonna be a little tricky. Yeah, so then we're going to have some major fluffage going on over here. We're also going to try to hit him with, like... Let's figure out how we'll do it. Though I do want to leave some of it for the next episode, but... Because we'll probably talk about it then anyway. But this guy will be fluffing him. He actually can be in the same square, which is kind of cool. So he will just be doing Body Ethereal, Luck, Cheat Fate, and those should all go on him. And then actually probably Quickness is a long range though. Quickness might go on him too. I think we're going to have to set it up. I want to keep like a pretty big perimeter around him that I don't keep anybody else near. That way things like Quickness aren't going to target. Which then means I can take Quicken Self off of this. We can potentially look for something else to give him. Quickness is so important, I actually don't want to mess around with it, though. Take it off this script. He's just going to quicken himself. Quickness. Okay, I think that's it. So, we'll probably load him up with water gems, and so after that he can do water elementals. Something like that. Or he could do... You know, the other thing we need to make sure... Okay, we bring in some pearls, so he can also do pearls. Anyway, we'll finish that script up. But basically, we're going to water elemental spam, and then run in and... Let's put these on somebody that's a little safer. That's okay. That's gonna run in and kill everybody. Okay, so that's kind of the basic thing. Let's double check these things before we turn our turn in. We've got Foul Vapors, Bark Skin, a bunch of shit, so he's going to constantly fatigue himself out, and then he's going to run. And then coming down here, we basically have the same thing, but I do need to make sure these guys are here. Got Poison Ward coming up here. And I think we'll do Sermon of Courage, and then Divine Blessing, and then Word of Power. And then we'll do the same thing for you. We're going to have a lot of Holy Threes. So when we put the Holy Threes on top here, we can probably preach this down too if we wanted to. Like if this fails with this Thug, we might have to think about Dom killing him. Which would be really annoying, but possible. Because this is a pretty sizable investment. Yeah. We'll see. Pretty good chance this will kill him, though. We could send somebody in this turn and just poke him. Make him spend all his gems. I don't think we're going to. Okay, this script's fine. This script is now fine. Hold an attack, guard commander, poison ward, foul vapors, personal regeneration. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna... These places are gonna get wrecked if they attack. If you were smart, he'd go ahead and take this back. I don't have anybody who can go take that very quickly. I mean, I guess I can teleport on him. So maybe that is smart for him to leave me alone. Oh, I don't think we showed you the battle report for the Pelagia battle. So here it is. So 6 of my Mother Guard died, all 18 of my War Shamblers, but we got 11 of his mages. And there's one that survived. But, yeah. So we've got... It's almost 500 gold to these guys, and then... like... What? 1,500 gold to these guys? But importantly, it's all the guys left on his capital. So, anyway, very good deal for me in terms of that trade. And I think that's about it. We'll check real quick on the kind of the economy stuff. We've got the Ring of Forge, the Ring of Wizardry. We've got Bracers, Clam of Pearls coming out because I threw away my other one because I was dumb. We're teleporting. We're making more Armor of the Knights, which I think I don't know. I like Armor of the Knights. It's going to be very useful for getting my defense up, my protection up super high on some of my Earth dudes. We're upgrading this fortress, Hydra Skin, Boots of the Messenger, and I think that's it. I think the next episode, I've gone and asked everybody in Discord to kind of send me their perspective in the in-game message for this turn. So I think next episode will be a diplomatic... We'll have a bunch of like diplomatic stories from each of the players, so they're just going to send me some of their perspective of the game so far. And it'll come in like a bunch of different formats. Some will probably be kind of narrative and like storytelling from the race. Some will probably just be a rant. Some will be, just like a statement of facts. So it'll be interesting to see what people send in. It'll be interesting to see what Yes sends me. Probably something about treacherous frog folk using amulets of the fish. Whoops. Anyway, alright guys, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.